Hello and welcome to my review of the Dark Angels Legion Praetor in Cataphractii Terminator Armour. One of these models will cost you £32.50, and seeing as I did pick him up a good year and a half ago, thought now would be a good chance, now would be a good time to give you a full review. Format of this review is as usual. I'll have a look at the Mini up close, look at all the detail and things, how easy it was to build. There are no spare parts, not that I'm aware of, so what you see is what you get pretty much. You do get an alternative head, of which I don't have nearby. I'd probably put it in a bits box or something by now, but I will be showing it what the head looks like a little bit later on in the video. So first things first, nice looking Praetor. He's got the right weaponry. I still don't know. He's got a Volkite charger. I would have preferred him to have some kind of esoteric plasma weapon, but still. I still think it's fine. It's got some Dark Angels wings and things on there on both sides, and there's a fair bit of detail to it, so I'll kind of forgive it. A lot of the Praetors miss the mark with their kind of Legion specific weaponry, but at least this Praetor has a Calibanite Warblade, which I suppose you could proxy as a Tyrannic greatsword. The helmeted head is fine. Yeah, it has a bit of a peak to it. Lots of detail there. There's like a sense ball. There's some keys. You've got some Dark Angels iconography. You've got the chainmail plate. The Cataphractii works brilliantly. You know, the layered plates with this Praetor, and fits extremely well with the Inner Circle Knights, which I'll show you a little bit later on. But yeah, nice looking Mini, some great detail. He's got a tactical rock. He is, I say, a bit small, you know, compared to other Praetors. I mean, he's certainly not as small as like the regular Praetor compared to the others, but he is one of the smaller Praetors. So if you're after a big chunky Dark Angels Praetor, this really isn't it. However, much like the standard Praetor, nothing really stopping you from proxying an Inner Circle Knight as your Praetor. They look very similar weaponry. Obviously, you got all the Dark Angels iconography and things. You could do that if you weren't thinking about using your Inner Circle. Spare parts, of course, there is a separate head, and I'll be putting it right up here. A little picture of it in my edit. The head's all right. I think he's bald though. It would have been nice to see them with the full head of hair like Lionel Johnson at least. But there we go. Most of mine wear helmets anyway. So anyway, that is the Praetor in Cataphractii Terminator Armour. I'll just give you a little comparison of him next to the other Dark Angels Praetor. I don't know whether I did this in this Praetor's review, but I'm doing it now. You can see there's a bit of a size increase, mainly because of that Terminator armour, and that's kind of how it should be with those two sizes. You've got your power armour and your Terminator armour. There's a big leap. I'd probably say that the Cataphractii would be just a little bit bigger, but in terms of comparing them, that's fine. And they'd work well together. Now, compared to the other Praetors, of which I've got about 100, 200 pounds worth of Praetors here, yeah, there's a bit of a discrepancy. I think he's sized similar to the Emperor's Children Praetor. Maybe, you know, the Death Guard one is a bit beefier and a bit thicker. The Word Bearers one, similar sized, and the Ultramarines one, just a little bit bigger, mainly because of that pose. Do I even need to give you a comparison with the Imperial Fist one? I mean, the Imperial Fist one is like as big as Varus Manus, but yeah, just a big chunky boy. This is the first Imperial Fist one that came out, no longer available, I don't think. So anyway, that's just a comparison of him next to some Praetors, but you'd probably have him running alongside maybe another character like Corswain, or even Marduk, Cedrus. There he is next to him. The weapons look similar, but of course, as you know, Marduk has that sort of plasma burner weapon. You'll most likely have the Praetor with an inner circle though, and here are they. As I've just said, you know, fits in quite well with those. They are a little bit bigger, only a little bit though, but he works well with them as like a Terminator kind of force of knights. Next to a Dark Angels Contemptor Dreadnought, right there, just walking about. That's where he measures up there. And then finally, just some comparisons with some newer minis, I guess. So you've got Mark 6, you've got the new Mark 3, you've got a Mark 4 and an old Mark 3. So yeah, Mark 4, it's very small compared to it, but works all right with the new Mark 3, bit taller. And the Mark 6, again, will go well enough with Mark 6s. Goes quite well with the old Mark 3 too. Last little comparison I like to make, just with the normal sort of 40k minis. So we've got a standard Space Marine, Primaris, and Slime Arbo. So that's where they sort of stand up. Probably with the size comparison, it might be better if I just move down a little bit. And yeah, he's bigger than normal Space Marine, but a Primaris is a fair bit taller. And Slime Arbo probably comes up to the chest maybe. So yeah, he's one of the smaller Praetors, like with the standard one. Okay, this is my part of the review where I will go through all of the rules for this Dark Angels Praetor in Cataphractii Terminator Armour. You'll find him in the core section of the, well, either the Loyalist Astartes army book or the Praetor or the Traitor army book. You can get them in Praetor armour you can get them in Cataphractii armour for both, either Cataphractii or Tartarus. So one of these in Cataphractii armour will be the most expensive Praetor, 135 points, movement is 6 inches, weapon skill is 6, ballistic skill 5, strength 4, toughness 4, 4 wounds, initiative 5, 4 attacks, leadership 10, and a save of 2+. How does that compare to the normal Legion Praetor? Well, a bit slower at 6-inch movement instead of 7, and also you're getting 1 extra wound there of 4 instead of the 3. War gear is equipped with a combi bolter and a power weapon, and of course the Legion Cataphractii Terminator Armour. Special rules: Legiones Astartes, Master of the Legion, independent character, relentless, inexorable, and bulky in brackets 2. You've got some weapon options. You can exchange the combi bolter for a Magna combi weapon for 10 points, a minor combi weapon for 5, a Volkite charger for 2, which technically he does have. You can also exchange the power weapon for one of the following: a Power Fist at 10 points, a Lightning Claw for 3, Chain Fist for 15 points, a Thunder Hammer for 15 points, or a Paragon Blade for 15 points. You may exchange the combi bolter and power weapon for the following: 2 Lightning Claws for 10 points, and you can also give him a Grenade Harness for 5 points. So pretty much, you know, mine's got the Volkite charger for 2 points. He's got the combi weapon, which if we go over to the Dark Angels War Gear section, you can swap your power weapon for a Calibanite Warblade for 5 points, which I would do, because then you're getting strength +1, which would be strength 5, AP 3, melee rending 6+. I mean, if you wanted a Tyrannic Greatsword, you'd first have to buy the Power Fist, which would be 10 points. and then you could swap that for a Tyrannic Greatsword. Again, I'd probably do that, because it's a, you know, you're getting strength 6, and you're getting rending 5+ and murderous strike on a 5+ as well. So that would be a decent upgrade, especially with those 4 attacks. You can also, I guess, proxy him as a console in Cataphractii Terminator Armour, so have a Legion Cataphractii Centurion, and of course if you do that, then that opens him up to being upgraded to a Paladin of the Hecatonistica for 30 points. So it's pretty much going to cost you 115 points for the Cataphractii Centurion with a Tyrannic Greatsword, so you're saving a fair amount of points. But of course you do then take the hit by having 1 less wound, a worse weapon skill, and fewer attacks and a worse leadership and things, but you still got that you know, toughness 4, you still got the save of 2+, and so on, and you still get the invulnerable save from the Cataphractii armour. That's all I really want to say about the Dark Angels Legion Praetor in Cataphractii Terminator Armour. What do you guys think? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.